Accessories. Now, hold the phone, hold the phone. You might notice that this says part 4, yet part 3 hasn't released in like over a year. I'm gonna be completely honest, I completely forgot I had this video even like produced. Like, I produced it like halfway, and now we got like 5 Kong figures we're gonna be taking a look at here. So just to reiterate, Playmates, King Kong 2005, 2017 Skull Island, GVK, Kong with Battle Axe, the Mezco King Kong with Skull Island, and the NECA Kong original release. So let's go ahead and round out accessories for the bunch. He, as I bought him, did not come with any accessories. I know he came in like a set or something, but on his own, he doesn't have much, except for a gimmick. Right here, you'll see a button. If you raise up his arms, it only works on one arm nowadays, sadly. I mean, this figure's like, what, 20 years old now? So, unfortunately, his gimmick doesn't directly work. But that's pretty much what he comes with. Playmates Skull Island Kong comes with nothing. That's right. Basically, no battle damage, no accessories, nothing. Now, it is true that it did come. There was another release that came later, called the Ferocious Kong, and that had like a fully articulated body, new accessories with a boat and chain propeller and such, and actually came with battle damage. But that's not what we're taking a look at. This is what we are taking a look at, and he doesn't have really much of any of that. He doesn't have anything. No gimmicks, no nothing. Playmates Kong, GVK, comes with his battle axe and a piece of battle damage. I don't feel like I need to really showcase that because that's been like, what, the 500th time that I've taken a look at the battle damage and accessories for this guy. Mezco King Kong of Skull Island. Same kind of deal. Actually comes with a bunch of accessories, which I put in a little baggie. So it comes with an alternate roaring face. This is the standard one I had in the original videos. Here we have Andaro. It's for him to hold. Speaking of holding, little tiny grip in hand. He has the splayed out hands on, but also does come with a pair of clenched fists. And also comes with some chain shackles, which are done a lot better than the Skull Island Kong from NECA. And speaking of NECA, he comes with an alternate head. Out of the box, you get the 1933 head, but here you get an interchangeable like roaring face, which is a different design of Kong. And here you get some splayed hands that like you can make him like slap or like grab or something. It's not necessarily the best grabbing hand, and like it's not even a grabbing hand because who grabs things like this? That's like you're reaching out to grab, not you're actually grabbing. So that's all the NECA Kong comes with. Honestly, I think I'm gonna have to give the point to the Mezco again, just because he comes with like the most bang for your buck. And while the NECA does come with some cool stuff, the Playmates comes with some cool stuff, and the Playmates 2005 has a cool gimmick. He comes with nothing. It's not enough to really warrant any points, given the fact that he comes with the most variety and the most accessories. So, point would go to the Mezco Kong. Round 5 is price. Now, basically speaking, we're going to go with MSRP. Let's start with the Playmates Kongs. Because he was in a set, I think retail for about $20 to $30 at release. Not bad given the quality of the figure and given the circumstances he was made in back in 2005 or something. The Playmates Godzilla, the Kong Skull Island figure original release pretty much retailed for about $12. And yeah, that's really all he came for. He retailed for about $10, which is just a teensy bit cheaper than him. This guy was about like $30-$40, and this guy is about 20. So really, as far as like the cheapest, it's him. Like, he's barely edges out him. He's half the price he is. like a fourth of the price he is, or like a quarter of the price he is, and half the price he is. So really, as far as like MSRP cheapest goes, it's him. But price isn't everything when we're talking about availability, and this is kind of where the gears tend to shift a little bit, even if it's a mild slight of a bit. Let's talk about the 2005 Kong. You're at the mercy of the aftermarket, pretty much. There's like a ton of different variations of this guy, like tons that like beat their chest, and like tons that like there's like giant versions and smaller versions and stuff that come with like dinosaurs and all the V-Rexes and the creatures of Skull Island alike. But if you want this specific one, you might have to pay a bit more. I paid like $30 for this thing and it was perfectly fine with it. So essentially, he's available at like any other secondhand markets. He is kind of more or less falling into that same range because he is no longer being made. Because there was a better figure that was pretty much out, like, not a reissue because they're not the same figure, not by a long shot. They're just the same character. That's literally all they have in common. And it comes with a lot more, so there's really, like, no actual go in and get out type thing with like him at Walmart's anymore unless they're on clearance, which I don't think they are because remember Kong's a popular character. They would snag him up for like, good amounts. He was pretty much at every major retailer. Although, again, for the time being, at least for the time being, they're taking a pause on the MonsterVerse figures in exclusively for GXK. And I know it's technically a separate figure because it's literally a new sculpt, but Playmates recently announced that they would be doing a Beast Gloveless version of this Kong with the battle axe. So, essentially, it's a successor to him in some way, shape, or form. Getting it back to the major retailers, and essentially they pulled a him where they do a much better version because I've already compared them. I might do an individual video for it, but this guy blows him completely out of the water as far as like sheer quality goes. The Mezco, pretty much a comic book shop, kind of like collectible store, hobby store type figure. So you're not going to see this guy at major retailers, but you are going to be able to buy him at Mezco's website, I do believe. And you can't get him on like Big Bad Toy Store and all the other fancy schmancy sites that sell Kong figures and such. And the NECA Kong pretty much like outweighs everyone because even nowadays, like NECA has no licensor. They are the licensee. They are the ones who control this Kong because he's public domain, and they're allowed to sell this guy as much as he want, much as they want, where they want, and how they want. Universal, Legendary, Warner Brothers, they can't do a single thing. So, essentially, this Kong, I know he's off camera, but he's available pretty much anywhere. So, yeah, pretty much available everywhere. So it's oddly enough, I think he wins. Yeah, even despite the Playmates' mass production, these guys are technically paused. I don't think he's coming back, and you're not coming back at all. So, as far as like sheer consistency, June 2024, he wins. And the last section is packaging. Now, here's the thing: I don't have any of these guys' boxes anymore. Well, actually, that's a complete lie. I have all of these guys' boxes, but I got him loose. So, essentially speaking, these two came in open boxes, and I believe him, and him all came in closed boxes. So really, pick your poison type thing, as far as like the collector experience goes, since these guys are much more younger age demographic wise, it's either him or him. I would honestly go with the NECA Kong, just because you can actually select between it's a closed like door type flap. So yeah, that's pretty much what's up. And so that wraps this video up. Over here in the making. Oh boy. Well, let's really analyze this. Honestly, when it comes to the winner, there really is no winner. I know we did a point thing, but because of today's now, I guess, figure comparisons, there will not be a winner. Because the winner is up to you. Which of these Kong figures do you think deserves to be in your collection? Maybe you already have all these. Maybe you don't. Maybe you want the one figure. In my opinion, I gotta go with one of these two. While it is true that these three are great, quality-wise at least, they're not the best quality. They're great, but not the best. These two are going to satisfy all your Kong needs. Neat and posable, accessory overload. That's what I determined. But these three for playtime, maybe not so much. So maybe a lot. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys liked it, definitely subscribe to the channel. Believe in Jesus, accept Him as Lord, Savior, spread the gospel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everyone. God bless.